going on, everybody? Afflicted Gamer here. Welcome back to another Division 2 video. It's Friday, which means that the vendors have reset, and I'll be showing you all of the best high-end items we have for sale this week in the Division 2. Keep in mind these items are in World Tier 5 only, so if you are in World Tiers 1 to 4 somewhere, the items that you see at the vendors will differ from mine. So the first stop will be at the White House. We've got a 511 tactical backpack, which has 2% weapon damage, 10.5% crit chance, 7% cooldown reduction, and 2 talents. We've got Vital and Hardened, so this is actually a pretty decent backpack. On top of that, there's an Offensive Protocol mod slot. China Light Industries mask, I would actually pass on this one. It is not that great, but if you do use shotguns, you might want to take a look at it. 3% crit chance, 33% hazard reduction, and trauma. Semi-auto headshots have a 15% chance to blind. Requires a marksman rifle or rifle equipped. So if anything, you could actually just pick it up for the talent and put that onto a better mask that you already own. Sidearm is honestly nothing special. I would pass on that. Pestilence Blueprint is only here because I own it. And as for the replica, I've got a double-barreled sawed-off shotgun. So some people do say that the replicas differ from the ones that I've shown here in the vendor resets, so if you have anything different than that, let me know what you do have down in the comment section. In terms of mods, we have the Pulse mod, Chem Launcher mod, and Shield mod. Next up, the clan vendor. I'm actually going to skip it because the items from one clan to the next. However, if enough people leave comments down in the comment section requesting to see what is for sale at the clan vendor, I will include it next week. But from here on, we're going to move over to the theater next. Alright, at the theater settlement, there are a couple of decent items for sale. First up, Overlord Arraignment Gloves. We have attributes 8% rifle damage and over 2,000 health with the talents Wicked. Plus 10% weapon damage to status affected enemies. So if you're someone that likes to use a flame turret, a chem launcher, anything of that sort, this might be a decent pair of gloves for you. Next up, Sokolov Concern Mask, which is pretty good in my opinion. We've got 4% crit chance, 19% damage to elites, and over 2,000 health, along with the talent Hard Hitting, which again gives you an additional 15% damage to elites. In terms of blueprints, we have a drone mod, hive mod, and a seeker mine mod.
Nice doing business with you.
Alright, here at the campus, first up, we've got a pretty decent pair of Murakami Industries knee pads. We've got the major attribute is armor, bonus armor, over 8,000 of it, and the talent self-adjusting, which again gives you an additional 20% armor regeneration. Surplus SVD I would pass on, but the Police Mark 17 is pretty good. 31.9k base damage, 275 RPM with 20 in the mag. Talents, we've got Preservation, killing an enemy repairs 5% armor over 3 seconds. Headshot kills improves the repair. Requires 5 or more spec into defense. On top of that, it has Allegro, which gives you an additional 10% rate of fire, and Protected Deploy. While equipped, this weapon grants plus 10% bonus armor while deploying a skill. We've got an Alp Summit backpack replica if you want to pick up the blueprint. We also have a drone mod blueprint, hive mod blueprint, and a seeker mine blueprint.
Where would I be without customers like you?
Alright, moving over to the Dark Zone checkpoints. The first stop is DZ West Main Gate. There's a couple of items for sale here you might want to take a look at. First up, Araldi Holdings holster. Attributes, we've got 14% crit hit damage and the talent Destructive, which gives you an additional 20% explosive damage. So if you are running the Demolitionist Specialist, then you might want to take a look at this. We have a second Araldi Holdings holster. This time we've got over 13,000 health on kill and an additional 20% skill duration. Keep that or reroll it. The choice is yours. The shotgun, the Super 90, I would honestly just pass on. It's the 2 holsters that were worth looking at.
Good doing business with you.
Next stop is the DZ South main entrance. There are 2 items for sale here. First up is a Richter and Cassier backpack, which is actually pretty decent in my opinion. Attributes, we've got 7% crit hit chance, 4.5% crit hit damage, along with over 7,000 bonus armor. The 2 talents on it, First up, we've got Safeguard, which even though it did take a bit of a nerf, it's still very, very strong and hard hitting, an additional 15% damage to elites. So if you don't have a better backpack, I would honestly consider picking this one up. For the weapon, we have a military RPK. Spike is not that great of a talent in my opinion, unless you are going for a skill build, but it does have extra mag size and rooted, so you could change the talent Spike for something else if you are a fan of the military RPK.
Thanks for the business.
And the final stop of the week is at the DZ East main entrance. She has some pretty good items for sale here as well. First up, Providence Defense Gloves with over 3,000 health, almost 4,000, 4% marksman rifle damage, and precise, an additional 15% headshot damage for the talent. Araldi Holdings holster with 10.5% crit hit damage, and the talent destructive, like I said earlier, 20% explosive damage, so if you are running the Demolitionist, that is a great talent to have. And then for the weapon, we've got the Military Mark 46 LMG. Talents, we've got Strained, 10% critical hit damage is gained for every 5% of your armor that is depleted, requires 5 or less spec into damage. We have Extra, gain an additional 20% mag size, and Protected deploy again. While equipped, this weapon grants plus 10% bonus armor while deploying a skill, so not a bad LMG at all. So, there you have it everybody, that was everything we had for sale this week in the Division 2. In my opinion, this has probably been one of the better weeks I've seen so far since the launch of the game in terms of items for sale at each location. So, but let me know what you guys are going to pick up down in the comments section. Other than that, like I said, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. It's much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you'll consider subscribing for more Division 2 content, as I do put out the vendor resets every single week. Other than that, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at AfflictedGamer, and I'll see you very soon in the next video or in the next live stream.